Hi, boys and girls. We're going to start this week. We are in Benchmark Advance Unit 10, our last unit, Week 2. So we're really getting close to the end here. Remember, the theme is exploring sound and light. And our question is, what would it be like without sound or light in our world? So you want to start thinking about that just as you explore sound and light through our videos that I'm sending you on Class Dojo. Okay? Let's review what we learned last week as we've been doing. Last week, your spelling words and phonics were silent letters, letters that you cannot hear at all. So you really do just have to memorize these spellings because you cannot sound them out. You're not going to be able to hear them. So remember last week's words? Like you have a silent K, silent G, and silent G over here, silent W's here with rap. So let's just see if you could read them. We'll start with wrap, knob, sign, wrist, no, gnat, it's annoying bugs, wrong, and night, as in a knight in shining armor, not night when you go to bed. Okay, so those were last week's words and spelling patterns, but let's see how you do with new words that have silent letters in them. Let's see if you could kind of take this information and apply it to new. And I'm just going to do two. So grab yourself a piece of paper and pencil if you haven't already. And if you haven't, go ahead and push pause because I'm going to move right on here. So our first word that I want you to write, what's that right there, boys and girls? Yes, that is if you could tell from my picture, it is a knee. So we hear two sounds, n, e, knee, in the word knee. We hear two sounds. However, I'm going to give you a hint. The silent letters at the beginning, and there's actually two letters here that make that one sound, n, and then there's two letters here that make the one sound, e, n, e. All right, I'll give you some time to think about it and write it down. Knee. Do you think it's a silent G? Is it a silent W? Or is it a silent K? Knee. And often you could write it and then look at it and say, does that look right to me? And then you could change it. Okay, let's see how you did. Knee. The n part has a silent K. Just like knife also has a silent K before the N. So n and then E, spelled with two letters I told you, and it's E, E, knee. Okay, I hope you did well on that one, but if you didn't, that's okay, you're still learning, that's why we're doing this. So let's look at the next one. The next one, isn't that a silly little picture right here? That is an attempt to make what's called a gnome. You might see these in people's, sometimes they like to put them out in front of their houses at Christmas time. I have a little gray one that I put out for Christmas time. It's called a gnome. You can't see his eyes because his big hat is on it. So that is a gnome. So again, let's see how many sounds we hear. N, O, M. Gnome, gnome. All right? The silent letter, again, I'll give you a hint, is at the very beginning. So you're going to have two letters here. One is silent, and then the next one you could actually hear. And then we have the O sound in the middle and at the end. And then there is also a silent little letter right here that makes this say O. So don't forget that silent letter. Gnome. If you need to pause because you need more time to write it down, go ahead. Gnome. Okay, let's see how you did. This time it's not a silent K. It's a silent G. So that's a silent letter, and then what sound do you hear? N, that's right, is N. And then I hear an O, N, O, And O happens to be O blank E. So I'm going to put my E at the very end right now. And then what's that last sound in between the O and the E? Om. Well, it says M does, that's right. Gnome. So again, the G is silent. Gnome. It almost looks like, without the G, it almost looks like name if you change that to an A, right? But it's gnome with the silent G. Silly little toy? Silly little spelling, I guess, huh? Okay, so that was a good review of last week's spelling words and spelling pattern. Now let's move on to the new. Ready? Okay, our new spelling pattern, like my hawk, my attempt at a hawk. This is a hawk, and a hawk says, ah, ah, and that is the sound that we're going to be working on. Ah, and there's 3 spellings for ah. Oh my goodness, 3 spellings supposed to be done. That's a lot. Yes, it is, but not very many. You only have 8 spelling words. Ah is the spelling pattern. Ah is spelled A-W, as in, sound it out with me, ah, draw. I like to draw a picture. Ah, as in, let's sound it out. What does Y say? Ya. Ah, what's the word? Yawn. Ah, yawn. So we have draw and yawn are spelled A-W, and they say ah. If we look over here, I have an A and then I have an L in what's called parentheses, because often when A is followed by an L, sometimes it makes the ah sound. Doesn't happen very often, but in a few words it does. For example, sound it out. So together it's all, small. I'd like to have a small water, please. Okay, and the next one, what does CH say together? What sound? It doesn't say k and h. It has one sound that it makes. What sound is that? Ch. Very good. Ch. Ah, k. Shock. Very good. Chalk, like I write on my chalkboard with a piece of chalk. Okay, so we have small and chalk for the A-L spelling pattern. And then lastly, you do see the spelling pattern probably the most, would be A and U together. Also say ah, ah, A and U. So let's sound them out. We have t, ah, t. And notice the GH is silent also. Oh my goodness, all these patterns here. T, ot, tot. Tot, boys and girls, is an irregular past tense verb, which means it's something you do. It already happened. It's past tense. And it's irregular because it doesn't follow the normal rule of adding ed. So today I teach, yesterday I taught the lesson. So taught is past tense of teach, and notice the whole word and the spelling changes. Okay, next word. Let's sound it out. What does L say? L, ah, ch. Let's say it again. It's not lunch that you eat. L, ah, ch. Launch. Oh, like the rocket ship will launch off when it goes. 4, 3, 2, 1. And it will launch off. Okay, so this says launch. Okay. And then also we have k, ah, t, caught. Caught is also an irregular past tense verb, just like taught is, which means, one, it already happened, it's past tense, and it's a verb, which means it's something that you do. So today I'm going to catch the ball during PE practice, and yesterday I caught the ball. Maybe sometime soon we could say that we caught a fish, right? In past tense though, so not sometime soon, but maybe last summer you caught a fish, you caught something. And then lastly is this word, alt, fault, fault. So there's a couple meanings for fault, but one of them you could say, oh, I didn't do it, it was not my fault, or it was an accident, so it was not my fault that I broke the glass. And fault also is areas in the earth that are more likely to have an earthquake. They're called the fault line. So you probably don't want to live right on a fault line because that's where they have the biggest earthquakes, okay, the shaking of the ground. So there's two meanings of fault. So let's pause here. Remember, you want to read these words at least 5 times. Get pretty quick with them. Be able to sound them out because you have to be able to spell them. You need to be able to sound them out first, correct? Okay. Really quickly together, and then you can pause it and do it on your own. Draw, yawn, small, chalk, taught, launch, caught, fault. Okay, pause it here and practice on your own. All right, moving on. Hopefully you can read all your spelling words nice and fluently now. For our little mini lesson in English today and grammar, we're going to work on just 4 little words, and they're little, they're short. They're called conjunctions, boys and girls. Conjunctions are, you see I have like, it looks like a chain link fence or some type of bracelet that's connected, each link. Conjunctions are considered linking because they take one sentence and they link it to another sentence just to make a longer sentence. So we use conjunctions to make longer sentences like that. Ready? And there's just 4 words. And, but, or, and so. So these are 4 conjunctions. So to make, instead of making little sentences, you could add a conjunction to make it longer. Now a lot of people just learning English, they have a hard time choosing which one do I use. So we're going to play a little game. I have here, get it? I have some sentences I'm going to read you, and I want you to think which word, and, but, or so, would connect the 2 sentences the best. Okay, ready? So listen. Listen for the 2 sentences and see which word would connect those 2 sentences the best. The first 2 are, I went to the store. I bought 6 apples. I went to the store. I bought 6 apples. So you need to think, what sounds best? I went to the store and I bought 6 apples. I went to the store, but I bought 6 apples. I went to the store or I bought 6 apples. I went to the store, so I bought 6 apples. Which one is the best one to use to take those 2 sentences and join them together? Think. Pause if you need to, more thinking time. Ready? If you said and, you are correct. Good job. It's I went to the store and I bought 6 apples is the best choice. Okay, ready? So you used up and. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to say 2 sentences. You tell me which one of these words best fits to make them into one longer sentence. I want a cookie. I know it is not good for me. I want a cookie. I know it is not good for me. Okay, so go through all of them again. I want a cookie and I know it is not good for me. I want a cookie, but I know it is not good for me. I want a cookie, or I know it is not good for me. I want a cookie, so it is not good for me. Which one makes the most sense to connect those 2 sentences together? And, but, or so. Think. I want a cookie. I know it is not good for me. Which word would go in between the sentences to make the best answer? Pause if you need more time. I'm going to tell you the answer. It is the word but. I want a cookie, but I know it is not good for me. All right, I hope you're 2 for 2. I hope you got 2 right out of the first 2, but if not, that's okay. You'll get better. That's why we're doing this. We're practicing. Okay, 2 more examples, all right? You have 2 more left. Ready? Joe needs to wake up early. He should set his alarm clock. Joe needs to wake up early and he should set his alarm clock. Joe needs to wake up early, but he should set his alarm clock. Joe needs to wake up early, or he needs to set his alarm clock. Joe needs to wake up early, so he needs to set his alarm clock. Which one is best, and, but, or so? If you said so, you are correct. So shows us cause and effect. If he sets his alarm clock, he'll be able to wake up early because his alarm clock will wake him up. So nice job. Okay, last one. Ready? My family can do PE inside the house. My family can go for a walk outside. My family can do PE inside the house, and my family can go for a walk outside. My family could do PE inside the house, but my family can go for a walk outside. My family can do PE inside the house, or my family could go for a walk outside. My family could do PE inside the house, so my family can go for a walk outside. Which one is best? If you said or, you are correct. You're probably not going to go for a walk outside and do PE inside the house, although that would be lovely if you did. But it's usually a choice, right? Are we going to be inside today? Is it too hot? Or are we going outside? The weather is nice. Very good, boys and girls. Okay, you ready for your assignment? Those, again, remember, those are called conjunctions. They connect sentences to make your sentences longer and better. And, but, or, and so. Okay, so lastly will be your assignment for this week. So you have all week to do it. I want you to use some of the spelling words, which I will put up for you in a moment so you can see them again and push pause. You use some of your spelling words in sentences, as many as you can. In sentences using conjunctions, using and, but, so, or. Okay? So try to take those spelling words, make super sentences with conjunctions in them, okay? And try not to use the same conjunction and over and over. Try to make it different, okay? See how much effort you could put into that. Take a picture of it, post it on Class Dojo so I can give you some feedback and see your hard work and super sentences. Okay, so let me put up your spelling words one last time. Here are your spelling words, and then here are the conjunctions that you need to also include in your sentences. Let's see if I can hold them. All right, there you go. You can push pause and see everything, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.